Yo, what's good? My name is Jamieson. I'm tapping in with TampaMystic at Industry's Most Wanted. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm an R&B artist, and I'm glad to be here. Maybe get your ass on this bed. Gonna spread your legs for me. I'ma get you wet.
What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Oh! Man, I heard we got Jamieson in the building. What's going on with you?
What's good? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, blessed, highly favored, no complaints. You know what I'm saying? You good today?
Of course. I'm
doing
great.
All right? Most definitely. Go ahead and break it down. Give us that official introduction, everything you got going on.
So for those who don't know me, I go by Jamieson. I'm an R&B artist from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I've been doing this for about 3 years now. It's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty much it so far.
He's out here working. He's on his grind. You know, he brought me some merch today with his logos on it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate you being here. You know, we tapped in on social media. I see that you really out here working. You just performed at the Juneteenth event, making some waves, motion. You know, take us back, though, before music, you know, was a passion for you. Was there ever anything, you know, when you were little that you thought maybe besides music that you were going to do?
I played basketball.
You was a hooper?
Yeah, I hoop.
Okay.
So,
do you still play?
Yeah, I play in a couple adult leagues now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's really, really dope. So, you know, what city did you grow up in?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
So you did grow up in Fayetteville. Okay. What was it like?
It was different. It's a place where, you know, you got to have tough skin to be there. You know, nothing's going to be given to you. You got to work for everything that you get. You know.
And I was just going to ask you to break that down. You know, when you say you got to have tough skin, it's because a lot of people in life are oftentimes they feel like they're entitled or people are supposed to give them handouts. No, you got to get out here and work for it.
Right.
So your city where you're from is absolutely like that.
Yeah.
But I think that's a positive thing, though. It forces you and molds you to who you are right now.
Right.
At what age did music become a passion for you?
Ooh.
Approximately.
I'd say about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know prior to that you could sing?
My mama made me go to church and sing in the choir.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Were you doing gospel music?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
In church, yeah.
Yeah. He said only in church.
Yeah.
Was Mom Dukes cool with you, though, working on the secular side?
Yeah, she had to get adjusted to it.
Yeah. I think because R&B music, though, is a little bit more mellow than, like, if you came home and you was doing drill music or trap music, it might be a little different, you know what I'm saying? She'd be like, baby.
Right.
But, you know, being a singer, you know, oftentimes singers, they sing about love and, you know, things like that, you know, people can relate to. Most definitely. So, you know, you said about 5 years ago is when you really discovered music is your passion. What was that turning point for you?
So it was crazy. I was playing professionally in Spain, and we had just got out of practice. I tell everyone this story. It's crazy. So it's like a whole bunch of girls following us to a train. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Like, hey, let's go talk to them. My teammates are like, nah. So me being who I am, you know what? I'll go by myself.
Yeah.
You know, so I went and I sat in the middle of the train with them, and they were just like, hey, what's your name? I was like, David. They was like, can you sing? I was like, no, I don't sing. I play basketball. And one of them was like, it's crazy. One of them was like, yeah, you're the first American that was sing to my friend. She's getting married. It mean a lot to her. So I'm looking. I'm like, yo, this is going to go really good or this is going to go really bad. And all of them had their phones out like this. So I sang, and I got a really good response. And one of my teammates was a rapper. He was like, hey, bro, let's make a song. It'll change your life. So I went to the beach that night, and I wrote like 3 songs. It was crazy.
Wow. Yeah. So what did you sing to her?
I don't even remember. I think it was Let's Get Married or something. Yeah, I think it was Let's Get Married.
Let me hear a little bit of it.
Man,
I'm just messing with you. No, that's really dope. I love the fact that you allowed someone to put you on the spot and you did it. Yeah. How did it feel afterwards?
I mean, it felt good because, you know, singing in front of a whole bunch of women.
I know that's right. That's your biggest audience.
Yeah.
Your biggest fan base, your biggest audience, the biggest amount of streams are going to come from the women. When you're a male R&B singer, you're going to have the women who are going to fall in love with your music, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because, I don't know, I can't speak for every woman, but I can speak for myself. I definitely am more of a fan of R&B music than I am rap music. I like rap music, but the R&B, like, touches your soul. So was that a pivotal point for you, changing your mindset of, you know what, I think I might need to start doing this?
Yeah, it changed everything.
Yeah.
Because when I went to the beach that night and I wrote 3 songs, I was like, hold up, I like how this sounds.
Yeah.
Let me keep doing this,
Writing those 3 songs, do you feel it came easily for you?
Yeah, because I used to write poems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So those 3 songs that you wrote that night, what were they about?
I took some entries from my poems and changed them into songs. So one was How Could You Leave? The other one was Second Chances. And I forgot the third one, but it was on my EP, my first EP that I ever made. So
That's
that
dope.
one's more personal, so.
I love that you answered that, because that's a lot of times what I ask artists, like, what is one of your most personal songs? Because some of them, they're like, you know what? I've never thought about that. So what's the title of it?
Love, Lust, and Heartbreak one.
Okay, most definitely. How many songs are on the EP?
I believe it's 4 for that one.
Yeah.
And Love, Lust, and Heartbreak 2, that's 5 or 6. And Mixed Emotions is, I think that was 4.
Yeah.
That's 4.
So most of the songs that you write, do you find that you're writing them from like personal experiences either you or somebody close to you has been through? Yeah. I think that's where a lot of R&B music comes from, you know what I'm saying? Because we all go through stuff. We go through personal stuff, relationship stuff, work stuff, whatever. You can write about all that.
Yeah.
Because when you do, somebody out there is going to relate to it.
Right.
Most definitely. What out of all the songs that you've put out, which one do you think has really gained you the most notoriety?
Black Lives Matter.
Talk to us about it.
So it was in the middle of COVID when everything was going on, and I literally was in the car, and I was like, I'm going to make a song about it, just because everybody that made a song about it was dancing around the issues.
Yeah.
Because, like certain labels, they won't allow, certain things to be said.
Right.
So I was like, forget it. I'm not signing nobody. I'm independent. I want to be independent.
Yeah.
Let me do what I want to do. So I did it, and with that, everybody reached out. Like, a lot of people, like, I gained more followers then, more streams, and a lot of scrutiny too. Like, I would get pulled over, because in Virginia, it's small. Everybody knows you.
Yeah.
And, they'll pull me over for no reason. I get death threats. I get all types of crazy stuff.
What?
It was wild.
Like that?
Yeah.
That's insane. How do you deal with that? Like, let me just break it all the way down. You're a young black man.
Right.
Lord knows, and this is my opinion, that I think most young black men, they need some sort of therapy. You know what I'm saying? Because the world is ugly. I think a lot of young black men and black women get treated very unfairly. You know what I'm saying? By the people who carry the same color as my skin. I'm ashamed of y'all. How do you deal with that?
For me, honestly, I ignore it.
Yeah.
Because if you take it all personal, man, I'd be done jumped off a bridge. So, and a lot of it comes from playing basketball, too.
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
I played at a school where we played against teams that were racist.
Yeah.
So, like, you getting called the N-word, you getting called this and that, and your coach is just like, keep playing. Like, you want to jump in the stands, but at the same time, like,
wow.
you know what? Forget them. Like, I'm going to just keep doing what I got to do. So, it helped me transition into the music.
Yeah.
So.
I think that really comes with maturity and growth, the fact that you don't always react to everything, because not everything or everyone deserves a reaction.
Right.
Sometimes the best reaction is no reaction at all.
Yeah.
It's like take it back to like being in school when kids would pick on certain kids and bully them. If they're not reacting to it, they're going to go find someone else to pick on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's no different as an adult. If somebody's, doing stuff that's ugly, you just keep it moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because really the person who is projecting that negative energy, they're the ones that need help.
Right.
Straight like that.
That's true.
What brought you to Atlanta?
Man, you won't believe it. So I'm at the gas station in Virginia, because I lived in Virginia the last 4 years.
Okay.
And random lady came up to me. She was like, "Can I talk to you?" And I'm like, "Hold up. I just have my card. I don't have any cash."
Yeah.
She was like, No. I really want to tell you something. And that weekend, I had a festival to do. She was like, you got a big event you got to do on a Saturday. I'm like, what? Okay, now I'm going to tap in. I'm going to listen. And she was like, it's going to be really dope. It's going to be a lot of people. You're going to kill it. I don't know this lady from a can of paint.
Wow.
And she was like, and at the time I was in a relationship. She was like, yeah, your ex is going to do this, and this, and you're going to end up moving to Atlanta. You're going to be single. And everything, the next day, everything just started happening. I was like, I'm out. Like,
no, absolutely. You got to listen to that, because we all have spirit guides, right? We have, and it comes in different forms. It could be a human being. It might be an animal, whatever it is. We all have spirit guides. And when they come to you with those confirmations and affirmations, you have to listen to it.
Right.
Do you think it was a wise choice moving here?
Yeah, it changed my life.
Yeah. So you've only been here a few months, right? Mm-hmm. What's your experience been like so far, you know, with the music business in Atlanta?
I've probably done about 30 shows already.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been getting it.
That is amazing. Congratulations on that, too. That's what it's all about. When you come to a new city, you got to hit the ground running. Yeah. You know, it's almost like we feel like we got something to prove, you know, because you don't want anybody thinking you're coming there for handouts. You're coming there to make a name for yourself, not riding anybody else's wave. So you performed at the Juneteenth event, big stage. What was that experience like?
Man, it was so dope.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing, you know, everybody come together for something positive.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a lot of love. Like, everybody was cool, you know.
Yeah.
Met a lot of new artists, you know. Built a lot of relationships, friendships with people. So
that's amazing. How long was your set?
15 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. So you had to be on stage entertaining for 15 minutes. Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit, because there are some artists out here who probably couldn't make it through one song because they're out of shape or whatever. They might get stage fright. How do you prepare yourself mentally, physically, spiritually for a 15-minute set in front of an audience you don't know?
I mean, like I said, playing basketball helped me transition.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to playing in front of thousands, hundreds of people.
Right.
So with music, it's just, I can control what happens. With basketball, you have a teammates, you have coaches, you got to kind of, everybody has to be in sync.
Yeah.
With music, it's just you.
Right.
So, you know, like, you kind of control what happens, so it's less pressure. And for me, it's just like, man, like, people already have their attention because, you know, I look good. So people are going to, you know, oh, he look good. Now it's just, okay, now when I open my mouth and you hear my music, it's like, oh, yeah, him.
Yeah.
Right. And then I see people bobbing their heads. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, we good. So all that just, you know. Man,
that is amazing. That's just confirmation that you're doing the right thing. Yeah. When you are an artist that maybe people aren't familiar with and they're that engaged with your performance, that lets you know you're absolutely doing the right thing. Would you ever go back, or are you still playing basketball professionally, or is it more of like a hobby sport now?
It's like a hobby sport, man. Going to practice, I don't feel like doing all that. No way.
But it probably instilled a lot in you.
Yeah.
You know, how to be a team player, kept you in shape.
Right.
You know, you learned how punctuality, all them things you learned from playing sports, I would say. Yeah. How old were you when you started playing basketball?
I think I was about 5.
Wow, you started young.
Yeah.
That is really, really dope. Was that something that you wanted to do, or was that something that your parents got you involved with?
No, I wanted to play.
Okay. Yeah. That's really, really dope, man. So, you know, now that you're out here in Atlanta, you took a leap of faith.
Yeah.
You know, how long from the time that you spoke to that woman that said that you're going to go to Atlanta, how long was that time gap between when you spoke to her to when you actually moved out here?
3 weeks.
What?
Yeah, I broke up with her and I got up out of there.
Wow. Wow. I commend you for that, honestly, because, you know, coming out of relationships is never easy.
No.
You know, it's especially if you've got time invested with that person. It's like, I never want to look at it as time wasted. You know, we learn lessons from everything that we do in life, whether it's relationships or business moves or whatever. Yeah. How did you personally handle that transition?
I mean, it was hard, but at the same time, it wasn't hard because of the relationship. Yeah. It was hard because it's something new, you know, and I don't mind just going somewhere by myself and, you know, doing what I got to do because I know something's on the other side of that. So, I mean, for me, like, it was tough, like, moving somewhere where you're by yourself. I mean, my homeboy, he lives out here. But, like, outside of that, like, I didn't have anybody. So, just, you know, talking to myself, like, hey, man, we got this. Like, you know.
100%.
Stay locked in, you know.
Your friend that's out here, is he involved in music?
Nah.
See, so you are kind of slick a little bit by yourself, you know, even though you got a homie here, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. When I moved here in 2013, I knew a couple people here, but I didn't have no family here. Like, there were so many times I went out by myself. Yeah. But to me, that was cool because it forced me to network and get to know people. Right. Most definitely. In the short time you've been here, what's one of your highlight moments? Probably the Juneteenth event?
Yeah, the Juneteenth event. I did a concert 2 weeks ago. My boy Hemi had it. He hosted it. It was really dope.
That is really dope, man. You know, for an artist like yourself, you know, you took that step out on faith, you know, that leap of faith, whatever you want to call it. I'm a believer that God sees that and he's going to bless you because that's what he wants. We're supposed to follow our path. So music is your passion. What would you say is your purpose through music?
Honestly, to be a voice for people that don't know how to express themselves.
Yeah.
So I know with love, lust, and heartbreak, especially, I know people want three things. People want to be loved. People want to have sex, and people have heartbreak, and not a lot of people like know how to express it.
Yeah.
And then with the Black Lives Matter song, people didn't know. You know, some people don't have the courage to say, you know, some of the things that were said in the song because, you know, they don't want what comes with it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like being a voice for, you know, people that may need a voice.
I love that. I love that because you are absolutely right. There's people that walk around with all these thoughts in their head, but they won't say it because they don't want to deal with the repercussions that may come back to them. So you are their voice. Right. Absolutely. Are you recording yourself? Like, do you have a setup at the house, or do you got a studio that you found out here?
So I found a couple studios out here, but normally since I just moved out here, I'll record it and send it back to my producer.
There you go.
Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's, listen, I tell independent artists all the time, I think it's so important that you have a setup at your house because you could wake up one morning and just want to like start recording because you got something on your heart. Right. But it's like if you got to book a studio session, it might be tomorrow. Then you got to drive in traffic to get there. Your energy is going to be totally different. Right. But if you can roll out of bed and walk over to that microphone and get it off your chest, that's where your best music's going to come from.
That's true.
Then you set it off, like you said, to be mixed and mastered. Yeah. Outside of music, you know, obviously I know you're into sports. You've been a hooper since a jit, you know what I'm saying, since a youngin'. What else you enjoy doing?
So I enjoy reading sometimes, playing video games. I have my own basketball training business too. So, you know, training the kids.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, teaching kids how to play basketball, how to become better people. So
that is dope. So that's something that you've already tapped into out here in Atlanta? So that's something you want to look into to possibly doing out here though? Possibly
once everything kind of
smooths out a little bit. Yeah. It takes a minute when you transition to like not only just a new city, but a whole new state. Right. It takes a little minute to get acclimated, and that's okay. You know, you just take your time with it. Right. You know, do you think that Atlanta is going to, and I know this, it all starts with you as an individual, but do you think Atlanta is going to help you as a whole to get your music to that next level? Yeah.
Because for me, like, everybody out here is talented. Yeah. So it's not like you go somewhere and people are like, he's really good. I don't want to rock with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not a lot of jealousy, envy. Like, I can go to an artist and be like, bro, you're dope. Yeah. Or artist can go to me and be like, bro, you're dope. Not like, hey, man, he all right. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody seems pretty cool because everybody, you know, everybody's talented. Everybody's secure in what they do. Yeah. You know, so
I think it takes a big person to be able to do that. A lot of artists, they don't want to support another artist or tell them how dope they are because they don't want to see them shine before them. Right. But you're right. Out here in Atlanta, I see a lot of unity, and I think that's what draws so many people to the industry out here. Right. Does film interest you at all? Yeah. Getting into acting, have you tapped in or dabbled with film at all yet?
I thought about it. You know, if the opportunity came, I'd definitely take it because I know a lot of artists, they get into acting too. Yeah. And I think I'm a pretty good actor if I say so myself.
Yeah, especially with a lot of these series that are coming out. Yeah. There's a lot of, you know, series. Snowfall was one of my favorites. I hate that they ended it. You know, BMF and the list goes on, you know, or of course just a movie in itself. But, you know, I think it's here in Atlanta, again, there's a lot of opportunities presenting themselves. Right. In fact, I've got somebody who's done one film and they're working on their second one. And I believe they're still casting some people. Right. You know, I mean, some of these independent films is a good foot in the door, you know, to meet new people. Right. Tell us about your merch that you brought us today.
So my website is jamiesontheartist.com. I have T-shirts, I have posters, sweaters, hoodies. Yeah, I'm also doing a raffle right now. So if you purchase something from the website, you get a raffle ticket for $500, and I'm doing the raffle in July the 10th, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so
that is dope. People love free stuff, you know? Like, if they get a raffle ticket and may win that $500, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, $500 could really help someone out right now. Yeah, that's true. What made you decide you wanted to do that type of give back?
I mean, I would see bigger artists do things like that. And I would also see, like, somebody that they know win. So I'm like, man, I actually want to do something for my fans. Yeah. You know, because I like being a genuine person. Or at least I like to say I am. Yeah. You know, so doing something for somebody else, you know. I mean, the money isn't the problem. Like, I'm making money off the shirt, so why not just give it to somebody random, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, our blessings come from God. So when you are personally out here blessing others, God's going to take care of you. He's going to see that. Most definitely. Have you thought about collabing with any of the artists you met out here in Atlanta yet?
I'm actually working on it.
You're working on it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You ain't got to tell us who or nothing like that. When did your EP come out?
I believe it was in March.
Okay. So it's still brand new.
Yeah.
Still brand new. What type of, love you've been getting off of it so far?
Man, everybody's rocking with it because it shows the growth. It shows, a different, well, not really a different side, but it shows two sides of me. So, like, I don't know if you saw the cover art, but one is, like, an angel with a halo, and the other is like a devil with a devil horn. Yeah. It's pretty much like just the two different sides that anybody would really have in, like, a relationship or just in life, dealing with the things that we deal with. So.
Absolutely. And I think, going through certain situations, like I just posted it on my story today, and I, said something to the effect that, like, I just woke up this morning feeling like that I need to take a different approach to everything in life. Like God spoke to me. Like I was having some of the wildest dreams about different people last night that I'm like, why were they in my dream? But to me, it's always a sign. Like, and what I took from it is the fact that God just said, you know what, you got to approach things, differently in life. Yeah. And that's probably something you learned too with, you said, coming out of a relationship, moving to Atlanta, probably give you a whole new perspective on life in itself and how you're going to maybe do things differently next time.
Right.
Most definitely. What do you got coming up? You did this big event over the weekend, the festival. You got any other performances or anything in the works?
I actually fly out to Canada tomorrow morning.
You did tell me that. Congratulations on that. That's big. Tell us about it.
So my guy Mike reached out to me, the event coordinator. I was like, hey man, we love to have you out here. We'll book you for it. And I was like, all right, cool. And that was pretty much it. So,
what part of Canada?
Mississauga.
Okay, I'm not familiar, but it sounds dope.
Yeah, I think it's near Ontario.
Okay.
I think the airport's 10 minutes from there or something like that.
So you're going to be performing while you're there?
Yeah, Friday night.
That is amazing. How long is your set going to be?
I believe that was about 15.
Wow. Yeah. You be ready. Yeah. You be ready. You know what I'm saying? Is this your first time in Canada?
Yes.
That is amazing. How long are you going to be out there?
Till Saturday.
Till Saturday. That's dope. So you get enough time to maybe do a little sightseeing, right, see what Canada has to offer. Does signing interest you at all if it made sense? You want to stay completely independent?
If it made sense.
Yes.
Yeah. If it made sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because it sounds like you're doing fine by yourself independently. Right. Yeah. Most definitely. Do you have an independent label that you've started at all? Like, do you sign yourself?
I thought about it. I'm actually working on it.
Yeah.
Me and my boy that lives out here, we were talking about it. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, being that he's not in music, that's good because he's going to have a really unbiased look at a lot of stuff.
Right.
He's teachable, and you can kind of mold him into the situation that you need him to be in. Like sometimes when you bring in somebody who has all their own opinions because they're in the music business, they be the toughest one to work with.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So you could bring him in on it. Anything else you got in the works you want to make sure everybody knows about?
Got a couple more shows coming up next month and throughout the summer.
Here in Atlanta? Most definitely. That's dope. So, for anybody that's out there that's interested in working with you on any level, whether it's a feature or booking you for a show, what's the best way to reach out to you?
You can either DM my Instagram at Jamieson the Artist, or you can email me at jamiesontheartist@gmail.com.
Yeah, most definitely. That is really dope. Throughout your journey in music, what would you say has been your most valuable lesson that you've learned? Like, share that with us.
Man, it's been so many. Trust yourself. Because a lot of times we look at the success of other people, or we hear other people's opinions of you, and you kind of sway. Like, nah, just whatever you're thinking about doing, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want anybody to deter you because of, their perception of you or their vision of you. It might not be, what you want.
Yeah.
What's good for you, so, just trust yourself. Trust your gut.
That's funny because I posted something like that on my story the other day, but I didn't say it as nice as you. But it was the same message, because some people will tell, oh, don't do this because it didn't work for them.
Right.
Because it don't work for them. And I said, good, don't mean it ain't going to work for me, motherfucker. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have our own path, our own journey.
Right.
So that's a good one. I'm so glad that you said that. Any other gems, tips, piece of advice for people who are aspiring to come into this business as a singer?
Take a chance on yourself. Don't be afraid to risk it all. I moved here with nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I moved here with nothing. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, take a chance on yourself, because if it's for you, everything's gonna fall in line.
Absolutely. That's facts. God's gonna cover you and take care of you.
Right.
Do you do music full time?
For the most part.
Yeah. Most definitely. That is really dope. For people, you know, who have not heard your music, what style of R&B would you say that you're producing?
If you take like a Trey Songz, Bryson Tiller, and August Alsina and make them into a little itty bitty R&B artist, that's probably me.
Do you want to sing anything for us?
Man, my voice is hoarse from this weekend.
I understand. You got to let the vocal cords rest. Drink some hot tea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All that little bit of honey. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, as a singer, like, you got to warm your vocal cords up. You don't want to drink nothing cold before a show. You got to drink some warm water, warm tea or something, right?
Yeah. I go to Starbucks every morning and get a medicine ball.
There you go. That's dope, man. That's really, really dope. Well, definitely is a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, absolutely. Nothing but success coming your way.
Thank you.
You know, if there's other things that I can potentially get you involved with, I'll make sure I keep you posted, because, you know, we do different events throughout the year and things of that nature. Any other like hobbies or interests, you know, just throw that out there. That, you know, anything else? I know you said you like playing video games.
Oh, yeah. If you play 2K, don't get this smoke. Call of Duty. That's pretty much it. 2K and Call of Duty.
Are you a gamer? No. Nothing wrong with that at all. That is dope. Tell people one more time your website and where they can follow you at.
JamiesonTheArtist.com is my website, and my Instagram is Jamieson the Artist. And that's JAMIESON, the artist.
I love that you keep it simple and to the point. You want people to find you easily.
Right.
Who do you want to shout out to?
My God, can I shout out Rob J? Probably one of the dopest people I know. I seen him. He would post your stuff a lot. He
That's
actually introduced me
family.
to you. Yeah, that's my guy, man. He's
Rob J. We love you, brother. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be down here soon.
Oh, where? Yeah.
I think he's coming to the end of this month. I think he said.
Yeah, I think so, man. Let me tell you about this guy, man. So when I first started, I would reach out to a couple bigger artists and be like, hey, what's your advice for new artists? And you know, some of them won't look at it. Some of them be like, oh, do a feature with me. Like, give you some bullshit ass answer.
Yeah.
Rob really took the time and, like, broke it down for me. Like, hey, man, trust yourself. You know, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like, you're going to grow. Like, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, just let time do its thing. You know, like, let it all, you know, happen how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. So.
I think you live more peacefully within yourself if you learn to just let go sometimes. Let go and let God, as they say. Yeah. So definitely shout out to Rob J. Anybody else?
Shout out my mama, my Uncle Chris, you know. Dad.
Where do they live at?
They're in North Carolina.
They're in North Carolina. Okay. How long of a drive is it back there?
I think 5.5 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Not too crazy.
That's dope. That's really, really dope, man. Anybody else you want to shout out to?
Shout out to y'all for having me.
Of course. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Last but not least, we live. Industry's most wanted. Jamieson in the building. Go ahead and let them know what makes you the industry's most wanted.
Because I'm Jamieson.
Straight like that.
Straight like that. Period.
Give me some love, man. Boom. We up out of here, y'all.
Your legs on my shoulders, hitting while you scream. Spit in your mouth while you squirt for me. I got you.